Good morning. The names Psalms and Psalter come from the Septuagint. What the heck is a Septuagint? Well, that's the Greek translation of the Old Testament Hebrew language. These words, Psalms and Psalter, originally meant stringed instruments such as a harp or a lyre or a lute. But then they became known as the songs sung to those instruments' accompaniment. The traditional Hebrew title is Tehillim, which means praises, even though many of the Psalms are Tefilloth, or prayers. Of course, today, most of us view the book of Psalms to be the hymn book of the Hebrews. And so, hence the main title for this series, Prayers and Praises, Hymns of the Hebrews. Welcome to episode number 1 of this informational, instructional, and reflective series on the Old Testament book of Psalms. While I probably will not be reading each and every hymn, after all there are 150 of them, I will introduce each one with a bit of informational material, and then I'll share the psalm, followed by some quiet, guided, reflective time, and then close the session with prayer. Each of our episodes should be around 5 to 10 minutes in length. This introductory episode, though, might be just a tad longer. It seems appropriate for our first episode to begin with the first psalm. For my background information, I'll be consulting the Believer's Church Commentary series, Psalms, written by James Waltner. This first psalm reflects traditional Hebrew wisdom literature from its opening word, happy or blessed, and by the message that contrasts the character and fate of the wicked and the righteous. The Psalms focus on the law, or the Torah. Sounds a strong teaching note for the readers. This hymn commends joyous and continuous engagement with the law of the Lord, shunning or shutting out the counsel and influence of the wicked. The person who allows the instruction of the Lord, that is Yahweh, to nurture life will prosper like the fruit-bearing tree. Well, let's read together. This morning, I'm going to share from the New King James Version. If you're reading from a different biblical version or translation, take note of the similarities as well as the differences. Let's start. Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor stands in the path of sinners, nor sits in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law he meditates day and night. He shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bring forth its fruit in its season, whose leaf shall not wither, and whatever he does shall prosper. The ungodly are not so. They are like the chaff which the wind drives away. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knows the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. The way of the ungodly shall perish. It seems to me that this first psalm offers the readers, invites the readers into a dialogue, a conversation, a chat with themselves and with God. It asks the question, which life direction will you choose? Would you choose? Have you chosen? Lawful or unlawful? Good or wicked? Righteous or unrighteous? Take a couple of moments to reflect on this psalm, how it impacts your faith and your life right now, today. Ponder those questions. And now let us be in prayer. Holy Lord, help us to learn of your will and ways. Help us to live within the covenant of your laws. Help us to be fitting recipients of your love and blessing. Amen. Thank you for joining me this morning for our first episode of Prayers and Praises, Hymns of the Hebrews. I hope I see you next week. Thanks.